Good morning and welcome to Homes, Neighbors, and Communities at Neighbors Real Estate Group. I'm Douglas Grant. I'm one of the realtors here. And we have as our special guest today, Doug Farner, who is a candidate for Benton County Quorum Court District 7, which is made up primarily of the city of Bella Vista, east of US 71. Doug, good morning. And
good morning.
Happy
Doug.
to have you with us.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. So tell our viewers some things about you, how you got to Bella Vista, your life experiences, and that type of thing.
Well, I was raised in western North Carolina. I graduated from the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina with a business degree. I spent 3 years in the Air Force. When I got out of the Air Force, I was in the industry working in accounting and finance and planning and budgeting, and worked my way up to vice president of finance in one company. In 1979, I started my own business, which was a property management business in North Dallas, and I ran it myself until I retired in 2002 and moved to Bella Vista. We retired here.
Okay.
My wife was the director of the library here until she retired. So we have 4 daughters, 8 grandchildren,
wow,
and 5 great-grands.
Congratulations.
Thank you. A lot of fun.
Yeah, sounds like it.
After we moved here, I was building a large model railroad, basement size, and I worked for the first year 6 days a week doing that, and found out that I was becoming very one-dimensional, and that's not my nature. So I volunteered for POA and was appointed to the Utilities and Environmental Committee. I ended up chairing that for 1 year. Then I ran for the POA board, and I got elected in May of 2005. When we incorporated, I put my name up as one of the aldermen because you had to do that in order to have the election. Mm-hmm. We incorporated and I was elected to the first council. I served on the city council for 6 years. The last 4 years I was mayor pro tem. After I got off of the city council, I went on the Bella Vista Planning Commission, and I'm vice chairman of that even today. So I've had a lot of experience both in governmental kind of things and accounting and planning and budgeting and that sort of thing.
Sounds like it.
In addition to being active on the city council, I'm active in St. Theodore's Episcopal Church, and I served on its vestry. For the last several years, I've been co-chair of the Bella Vista Library Expansion Fund, which we are so pleased that we are now building that library expansion. Should be done in the next 2 or 3 months.
Great. Well, tell us why you're running for the Quorum Court, Doug.
Okay, there are really 3 reasons. First of all, the Quorum Court has 15 members. 7 of them are turning over this year. So we're going to have 7 new faces next year. When I heard that, I realized that they really needed experience in budgeting and planning and those kind of things, and they didn't need 7 brand new faces that didn't know very much about government and how it works and ordinances and that sort of thing. And I was also asked. The second reason is my opponent, who the last election, 2018, he ran as a libertarian, and he was soundly defeated. And wonders never cease. He changed to be a Republican, and I think that the reason he did it was so that he could try to get elected as a Republican. I think that's very, very disingenuous, and I don't think a leopard can change his spots. So that's the second reason I wanted to run. And thirdly, I'm just an active person. I like to be involved. I like to help people, and I've got the energy, even though I'm a young man still. So those are the main reasons.
Okay, well, great. What are some of the top issues facing Benton County and maybe in particular Bella Vista these days?
Okay, I like to look at the issues that we have in 2 sections, short-term and long-term. The short-term issues are expansion of the jail and doing something about the courts facility. I believe that the jail issue will be solved before I take office if I win, because the plans are there, they're about to vote the money to do it, so that will be off the table hopefully. The courts building is in the planning stages right now, and I would anticipate that at least by the end of the year, the plan will be in place, and the money and where the money's coming from and those kind of things will be in place. So those, even though they're short-term issues, I don't know that myself or my opponent would have any ability to do anything about it once we got on the court.
Okay.
All right, now long-term issues, we've got, I see two main ones. One is County Road 40, 71, McNally Road, where all those come together. That's a high traffic area. We have people coming from Bentonville, from Bella Vista, from the eastern part of the county, coming to this intersection, and it is a real problem. The issue with it is that the road itself, McNally Road, is in the county. However, Bentonville comes down to the road from the south, and Bella Vista comes down to the road from the north. So you got three governmental agencies trying to figure out what to do about it. And so that is a major, I think that's a major problem. The other long-term problem is pure finances, because there is a half-cent sales tax that's dedicated to the roads. That expires, I think, in 22 or 23. It will be on the ballot in November of this year, 2020, to extend that sales tax. If that should fail, then the Bella Vista, or the Benton County Road Department will lose approximately $2 million a year out of a $14 million budget. And that's a big hole to fill. The other financial issue, it deals with the census that we're about to do. When the census is completed, going forward, the state sends the sales tax money to the county. The county has a responsibility of distributing that sales tax money to the entities, the cities, and the unincorporated area in the county based on population. Now, if you think about it, everybody says, well, Benton County's growing like crazy. That ought to be great for the county. Not so, because the population in the unincorporated area, which is what the county deals with, as a percentage of the total population, actually will go down. Right now, the county gets about, I think it's 19.6% of the money that comes back from the state. They are projecting that to drop to about 17%. If that happens, the county will lose between $500,000 and $600,000 a year. And that's a big hole, another big hole that's got to be filled. Anyway, that's the two long-term issues that I see.
What sort of ideas do you have that you would put forth to resolve these issues?
Okay, on the short-term issues, I mentioned the jail and the county courthouse situation. I believe will both be finished by, or at least the plans will be finished, and there won't be much that I as a new commissioner could do. However, on the County Road 40 issue, McNally Road, I would propose that we put together a committee made up of people from Bentonville, Bella Vista, and the county, and start planning how to fix the problem. It's not just at the intersection, it's for a mile or so down to the east of here, that there's high traffic, there's I think 3 bridges, and so it's going to be a complicated, very expensive proposition. Not to mention the intersection, the interchange that's being put out here, so the traffic flows are all going to change. Anyway, I would propose to put together a committee to start taking a hard look at not only what needs to be done, but how to finance it.
Okay. Well, that brings us to almost the end of our conversation this morning, but I did want to give you an opportunity to talk about or comment on any other particular issues or things that you would like to talk about this morning.
Okay.
You'd be an open forum.
I appreciate that. First of all, I'd like people to know that I'm a conservative Republican that kind of leans towards moderate. And by that I mean I don't have preconceived notions about what needs to be done. When we have a problem, I try to be a person who listens, gets the facts, listens to the facts, finds the cost, then talks to my constituents and find out what they want, and make a decision that's best for the majority of the people, not any one interest group. And I'm very serious about that. I think we have gotten ourselves in politics around, not just here, but in the country as a whole, where we've lost the art of compromise. And I think we need to just be more cognizant of that as we go forward. Another issue and another thing I think of is, as I mentioned earlier, there are 7 out of the 15 justices that turn it over. And I think we need experience, lots of experience, as quickly as we can get it. One of the things I've done since I decided to run, I have met with the jail people and took a tour. I met with the roads people, I met with the assessor, I met with the comptroller. And the reason I did that was to listen to them, hear what their issues and concerns were, and get them to know me. Mm-hmm. By doing that, I have gained a lot of knowledge. I have also been to all Quorum Court meetings, both the Finance Committee, the Committee of the Whole, and the Quorum Courts for the last already now 4 months. And the reason I do that is to learn more. Mm-hmm. So again, I think that what really needs to be done in Benton County is to get people on that Quorum Court that have a lot of experience, knowledge, and integrity, and that can hit the ground running. And I believe I'm that way. And one other thing I would like to do, and I'm going to have to read this. I've worked to get endorsements of some what I consider to be key people around the area, and I'd like to just read some of them to you.
Sure.
One of them is Peter Christie, Mayor of Bella Vista, mm-hmm. Frank Anderson, former Mayor of Bella Vista, Sue Scott, former former State Senator, Tim Summers, former JP and State Senator, Jim Wozniak, former JP and current City Councilman, Steve Morrow, the manager of Allen's, who's quite well known, and Dick Rooney, who is president of the Bella Vista Library Foundation and former city councilman. And so I think by having these people's endorsements, it shows that I can get things done, I'm respected, I have honesty and integrity. So,
how can the people or the voters reach out to you, Doug?
Okay.
Either on the internet or
I have a website that's farnerforjp.com.
Okay.
I have an email address that's dfarner@cox.net. And I'm in the phone book. And I'll be glad to talk to people, I'll be glad to meet with people and answer questions.
All right. Again, our guest has been Doug Farner. He's running for the District 7 Benton County Quorum Court. And your opportunity to vote is coming up on March 3rd. It's too late to register. You should have done that already, but March 3rd will be the primary.
And early voting starts Tuesday the 18th.
There you go.
And in Bella Vista, you can vote at Reardon Hall or the Central Fire Station or down at the County Clerk's office.
Well, Doug, thank you for being with us this morning, and good luck.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.